now live. That's what they say on the UFC. You are now live. Come on then. If I'm live, are you alive? Yes, welcome the first person, JD Muscle. He's JD Muscle. It's that Bundy, CO. Corey. Welcome everyone. Jim, can't keep up, the names are moving in fast and thick and fast. You are now live. Welcome. Key everyday joined. K everyday joined. Simon. Briley. Gary. Tuned. Welcome music. Welcome evening. Evening. We've got enough lighting around there. It looks a little bit dark.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does a bit, innit?
Yeah.
We've got enough lighting around there. What's going
one
on?
of my lights on.
Yeah, why not? Bring some light
No, not.
to the place. Top man, come on. You're the top man. We're just trying to be like you, bruv. Yeah, Ryan. QPR. Blue hearts. Your heart's ticking blue, innit? Blue and white. Loves watching you fight, my brother. Easy, Jim. Thank you so much. It was a part of my career I was too nervous to even love enjoying fights, but you know, the lion in me really did love it. It was just quite a nerve-wracking experience facing someone that you know could do what you've done to them, which is put it on the chin, put you to sleep. Hey, Jojo. Hey, how you doing, Elton? Miss B. Thank you very much, everyone. Hey, Mark. How you doing? How you doing, Miss B? Thank you for joining. Sports massage. Thank you for joining. I want a good sports massage, please. A sports massage is joining. I'm in pain. I need a massage, man. Joey Good joined. Lovely. This is your time. Welcome from my mother. Wow. Imagine that. I'm talking to you now, but there was one time I was a little baby that came out of that lady, my beautiful mum's room. It's like Jesus has just come in the room. Oh, the light.
Is that better?
It's a bit strong, sweetheart. It's a bit strong.
I know that, but is it better?
It's better. I'm just saying it's just strong, but it's better.
Turn it down, but just...
Cool. Yeah, it's better.
Is that one better? If I put it over here?
Yeah, that's a bit better.
Here?
Yeah, that's a bit better. That's cool. Okay. We thought it was a bit dark, so we try and get some more light. Gideon, easy. Do you know about Gideon in the Bible? Gideon, George Dayton, bless you. Sneaker, joined. Yes, look. Also ask your wife if she needs treatment. Do you need treatment, wife?
Need clients.
My wife needs clients. Capture my heart photography business in the house. Yes, Boxing Barry in the house. Come on, Boxing Barry. Told me about boxing yesterday. There was so many fights. I can't keep up with all these new guys, their names, but I know there was a Leon Lennox, that fight with Mckinson, something. That fight was good. So hi to your wife, Mima. Of course I will. Hi to my wife.
Hi. My mouth full of food.
She needs a professional boxer. Sent a request to be in your live video. Yes. As soon as we start requests, Yaz will get you right in there, my friend. Hi, brother. Yes, my man. Collins. So do I, Ma. I want more clients. The clients. What does she do? Photography. She's a birth photographer. Okay, Charlie Burley, a book to study. Okay, cool. I love books. White fought superbly. Cool. Yes, he certainly did. Dylan White got revenge. Yeah, there's lessons in life. And even Dylan knows he should have won the first one. So there's something going on that there was a lesson for him to learn for the future that will benefit him later on. And something a mindset that he didn't have that allowed him to lose in a fight.
Carla, I know it's you, Carla. But maybe Mark didn't know.
It's Carla, right? Oh, no, I didn't know.
And you didn't know.
I didn't know.
That's why I responded that way. It's because I knew it was you.
And the Hef joined. Teneasa Prince joined. Oh, there's another Prince on the line. Hello, Teneasa Prince. And we're going to hear from people that want to give their business a shout out. Remember, I keep telling you, look, my platform is to serve you. So if you got anything really good going on for the community, something really positive, something that you want to do for others, share with me. And told him to thump Pavek. I inboxed him, I told him to thump Pavek up. Yeah, of course, he probably got loads of those. But yeah, just remember, my platform is to be able to serve the community. So whatever I can do for you, please challenge me to do so. And please ask, and I'll see what I can do. So we've helped people to get family support. We've helped people into jobs, employment. We've signposted people in the right direction to help them. We've helped with mentoring as well. So yeah, we've helped people that have had some problems with their child, sort of been taken by social services, and there's just support there. Anything that you come and challenge us. If we can't do it, we'll see if we can signpost you to someone that can. But this is what that platform is for. It's for me to serve you and to do all I can. If I can't, then I'll let you know. I can't, it's out of my remit. I've had someone call this week about them being in danger. Some serious stuff that's really going on, gunshots fired through the window and all sorts. So, it's about supporting and helping each other and seeing if we can create a strategy that helps, because the system often lets people in the community down. Buy me curry goat, that would help. Okay, I can do that. I can buy you curry goat. So inbox me, let me know where I can meet you, what ends you're in, or maybe I can get it delivered to you, if that's all right. I can deliver some curry goat.
Why curry goat?
Because that's obviously what they like. They like curry goat. So, evening all, yes. What's that, Jules? Yes, evening. Natalie, Michael, yes. Wagwan, Nats, you're good. Easy.
With coleslaw. What's
with
here?
Coleslaw, cool.
Anything else while you're at it?
Yes, Dylan has done very well since his band. I couldn't put him down for anything, Mark. I did send my son your number, and I hope he will give you a call. I hope he will too, because I love it. I told you I was right, because he loves it. It's all right. Are you having any issues trying to get your own curry goat, by the way? I just thought I'd ask. Or are you having any problems making curry goat? Maybe that's another question. Maybe I could, instead of getting you fish, I could teach you how to fish, so you'll never have to ask for curry goat again. I'll invite you around my home. My wife will teach you. Did you mind, babe? Teaching them how to make curry?
I don't mind.
Look at that, bruv. So you won't just be able to get fish, because then if you do, you won't be empowered to be able to just go and ask others. You can be able to get your own, make your own curry goat. Lovely. Because you love it so much, you can make it every day if you want. Okay? So holler at me. Let's do the link up. Let's hope you get the curry goat. There's no curry goat up here. Just send the recipe to him.
All right, cool.
But can you cook music? Can you cook? You used to being in the kitchen. You used to cooking.
Yeah.
Stop trying it, bro. Buy it for me. Bro, I'm trying to empower. Cool. I'm trying to empower my community. But if you just want the curry goat, we can do that, all right? Team Kongo. Yes, H. Easy, bro. We can do that. Can I moan about something? We always got something. So, for some reason, I've got this broken tooth at the back of my mouth, yeah, and it's broken where it's jagged. The tooth is jagged, and when I speak, it keeps grating and tearing at the side of my tongue. I haven't enjoyed food. I haven't enjoyed talking. Nothing. So I've had to think of an ingenious way until I get some money to pay the dentist all that money just to fix this teeth, and it's stick bubble gum up there, cover the jagged bit. And when I eat food, I gotta eat it over that side. Who else has teeth problems and just hates paying out all that money that they don't have to the dentist? Because boy, I've been going through some trouble this week, man. What problems have you been going through this week? Before we kick off.
Is this on silent?
Is my phone on silent? Yeah. My phone's on silent. Phone's on silent. Of course it is. If you use a metal nail file, it won't be as sharp. Yeah, but who wants to file? Just that noise. That is so horrible.
You go for shallow.
Yeah, I suppose it is. Guys, for everyone tuning in, I'm 45 and me want a whole new set of teeth. That is Chris. Happy Sunday, family. Yes, my love. Thank you. Blessed. Guys, have you all subscribed to Dr. Mark Prince OBE YouTube channel? Because that sign back there, I know it probably looks backwards, but it says the Dr. Prince Show. And I've just designed another platform where I can contact people that have had experiences and journeys in their life. And a lot of them are celebrities, and a lot of them are people that we probably won't get to hear about their life. But I really think it has a big impact on everyone else's lives. And my thing is about sharing journeys. So I've done this great show, and it's got great stories.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you, Marcus.
Me teeth, they will go on holiday. Music, you're funny, man. Trust me. I know how you feel, bro. Because I've had quite a few. As you can see, when I smile, it's not the full smile. And I've got some great gnashers, and they're not as great as they used to be. But so I know how you feel.
Welcome,
man.
Tanisha.
What's this?
Nice to see you.
Looking forward to the C-Biz. And
those were awesome.
They were badass conversations. Really cool.
No, man, you said you got the COVID jab. It made you a bit poorly.
Well,
for a day in a park.
Okay,
natural. That's good. At least you're well.
Because we're putting the COVID jab is basically COVID in your body.
Yeah.
So, you're going to have some reaction to that. But we thank God that you haven't had adverse reactions like some people have had, where it's been extreme and they've died. So let's thank God that you've gotten through the worst of it and you can actually be on the live.
Miss B, I'm gonna try and file it. It might be quite cringy, but I'll try and file his teeth for him.
I'll do anything to fix it. So I can eat food.
Until we can get an appointment, that is.
Yeah, no, until we can get the money to get the teeth done.
Mark, you've got money. I don't want to hear it.
Insta doesn't pay me.
Yeah, you've got money, Mark. I don't want to hear
it. I ain't got no money for that, bro. Trust me.
Loads have happened to me since we met Soccer AM.
Oh, really?
Our podcast has been signed, so would you come on the show at some stage?
Come on.
Green.
Come on, make it happen. Make it happen. What show? What Soccer AM?
You've met this person on Soccer AM.
Yeah. And what?
And their football podcast has been signed. So would you come on the show at some stage? Who signed your pod?
Message me, bro, so I can know a little bit more about what's going on. Because my ass is just busy. I'm tired, but I'm just so committed to making sure that I link you every week. Because I love engaging with you.
Okay.
I love knowing what's going on. So let's get cracking. This is your week. This is your week. I want to share time with you. I want you to inspire others. Share your story. Share your concerns and any questions that you got. And any way that I say, once again, that I can support, please challenge me and I'll let you know what we can do. Is this the list of people that's...
No, they haven't.
Haven't?
No, they haven't.
Okay,
you need to invite who you want to.
No, you could you put in a request, please? Because I had one from Yaz. Yaz wanted to say something. Teneasa called, wanted to say something. Cameron, Jay, you wanted to say something, my dear. So there are people that want to come in and want to speak. So I ain't gonna Hey guys, miss you
Them
loads.
tongue banana colour.
Easy. I miss you too. If only I knew who you was. One drinks one.
That's thingy.
Who's one drinks one?
Oh, my head.
My dentist gone on. Oh yeah, that's funny. Fancy one can't get hold of his receptionist. Yeah, that's a difficult one. Yeah, I hate dentists. I hate going to the dentist. So what can we do for you if you're dentist? You're looking for a dentist appointment? Yeah, careful of the nerve.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Lance.
I know, Lance.
Lance, do you wanna come in? Do you wanna come in straight off the back? I swear there was something you wanted to say. Let me know if there is. Pugilist, yeah, bro. Mckinson was a boss last night.
Kongo.
Versus
it was.
Yes. And do you remember, Tone, that we've done the interview of him on here, and then like we helped to kind of like get that going. We kind of messaged Chris Kongo, because I didn't feel that I know Chris from Brixton Gym, I didn't feel like he was avoiding anybody. And I feel like he wanted to come on. Yes, my brother. This is Mr. Gary.
Yes, good evening. Good evening.
My friend, yes, so I don't mind if I call him Lance. What's up, bro?
Yeah, Lance, man.
Yeah. So please, I'm going to call him Lance, but his real name's Gary Williams.
Yeah, Gary
Williams.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just plugging it.
Gary joined us as part of the KPF team. We do some work together, and you'll probably see on one of the posts that we've sent, and Gary was next to me in the seat when we went to visit Cockenwood Prison.
Yeah, Cockenwood. Yeah, Cockenwood.
What's Pop doing on my mind?
I don't know, bro. I don't know, but that's his next.
Never heard that, bro. So please, just block that out of your head. I did not say cock.
One second, Lance. This guy says he's not taking the vaccine unless it have 2 dumpling. Unless it has 2 dumpling and akin.
I can see where he's coming from. We all need a bit of hard food in our life.
To me, would love to talk. Maybe I'll DM you first. Colin, listen, man, we're gonna try and give as much people like little 5-minute slots to come in and say what they want to say.
Thank you for thanks for this platform, Mark. Thank you very much, and good evening to everyone.
Okay. Stage is yours,
What do you want to say, Lance?
Well, no, basically, I mean, on a realistic tip, I just want to say, you know, the amount of work that you're doing, we really are grateful. And, you know, when I was younger, there was a lot of people that used to talk the talk but didn't walk the walk. And I mean, I could even tell you about situations where we've met ex-boxers and they've told us about their experiences and so on. But this was many, many years ago. But you go a bit beyond that, don't you, Mark? You do a bit more than that, don't you?
I don't know. How do you see it, bruv? Because remember, I'm the one just doing me. I don't see it from you. I can't see me.
Well, yeah, I suppose from my perspective, and also from, I suppose, a lot of your listeners and viewers can actually relate to this, is saying that the amount of work that you've already done is so much. It is so much, Mark. And, you know, I want to say thank you because you've helped a lot of people in all different ways, you know, and like even for personal matters, because remember when my mother passed away and you helped me then. And you gave me the support it was priceless. I'm not talking about a monetary support. I'm talking about a mental support and getting through that. And I mean, every day it's difficult, but it's easier when you've got people who are beside you, who are willing to help you and go that extra mile, you know, and always thankful for that, you know.
Yeah,
and
I appreciate that, Lance.
So all the children that I know of that would require assistance, I would always point them in your direction. And the reason is it's not just the past, it's just actually seeing you in motion. Like when we went to Cockenwood, when we went to the prison, and those guys, listen, they're young boys, but they were in for murder and things like that, and you know the sort of crimes that they were in prison for, and they were minors really, because they were YOIs, under 18s, you know. And it was so sad to see that. And you can see the guidance wasn't there. And, you know, the power that you projected when you was with them and you got the message across. I mean, I've got to say to you, I like the analogy of telling them they're like the police, because they're walking up to people asking them where they come from, what's your name, where'd you come from? It's not your postcode, basically. And the reasoning behind it, and just seeing the realization on their faces, it was really good. It was quite an experience, you know, and also even for myself to speak to them, because I mean, I've gone through a few of those things myself. So, you know, so I can say I relate, and I can definitely relate from sitting on both sides of the fence.
Lance, you probably relate even more than myself when it comes to actually experiencing what you know they're feeling, what they're going through, because you've going through that system yourself.
Well,
and,
yeah.
But just share with people, how does somebody who's got a good mum, a good background, sort of like a good autopsy, as we like to say, how does that a person like that end up doing time in prison, like yourself, basically?
Well, you can say that people can put it down to your area, where you come from, your upbringing, what's important to you in your life. There's so many different elements, but you can't pinpoint it. But like you say, everybody's journey is individual. And,
how about your journey?
My personal experience as having like good family behind me, I would say it was more for status and more for money and more for the things that, I mean, they're important, but not that important, not as important as your liberty. You know,
so how come you wasn't balancing it out? Don't you think mentally that you was at the state where you actually thought about it, like your awareness level, your cognitive understanding of what was going on in your life? It's like you just couldn't see that.
We couldn't.
What was happening?
Well, to step away from it and look at it from an outsider's point of view, it was definitely very difficult, because you're in it. And when you're in something, it's very difficult to see what other people can see from an outside point of view. And, you know, when people ask you to roll up on people and do the sort of things that we were doing, it was inevitable, like playing the laws of averages, that you would end up in prison, because you keep doing this. So if you keep doing this, it's just a repeating thing, and it's ongoing. And if there's no one there to sort of show you there's a different way, what's going to happen? It's inevitable, you know?
So it's become aware that it's so important that we have a system, for me, that stops criminalizing young people and begins to meet their needs. I think the current system puts you in boxes. Okay, you're not behaving right, you go here. Okay, you're going to continue with this behavior, you go there, and then eventually you end up doing serving time. So if you had a system where, well, you're not behaving, let's put you in a place where we can find out how we can support you. What's missing in your life? What needs can we meet? And we continue to support you until we see outcomes and results, positive outcomes and results. We continue to support you until we see change, get you into employment. If this doesn't suit you and work for you, let's try another way. But whatever's happening outside of your life, we're going to support you with your mental and emotional support. I think if we create a difference, this is what I would do if I was in authority and power to put legislations and things in place. I wouldn't be privatizing prisons. I wouldn't be putting money in more and more youth offending places, because they're just going through that cycle. I would create a system that actually serves the children. So when something happens from school, from primary, because there's atrocious things going on in primary school that show the red flag, and those same people are ending up in the Cookenwood prisons, because from primary that this behavior is allowed to continue.
Yeah,
when social services, I just want to finish this point, when social services sees that children aren't being treated right and they're being injured and hurt, I think they need to be able to set up a program where they don't end up just being given the right to do what they want, go out when they want, here's some money, stay at this bed sit, stay in a foster home, because a lot of people are meeting great needs in fostering, but a lot of people, they're getting hurt and distressed, and their journey is becoming worse in social services. So I think there needs to be a governing body to check out how the kids are being treated and looked after
have a separate governing body that checks on governing bodies, have a separate governing body that looks out for what policing are doing. Are you meeting those needs? Are you being able to get away with things? And see, there's no one checking who's governing. So the governors are feeling all the power, like, oh yeah, what we say goes. So prison governors can violate, judges can violate, because why aren't paedophiles doing life? Why are they popping out after a year and 6 months? You know, I just think that the system needs to be looked at again. And I think that there's enough people out here with vision, ideas that can change things, but we have to do it. We have to do it from the bottom down, because at the moment we've got a top-down approach. So the top looks down and makes all the decisions upon, instead of respecting everybody's views and what they have come up with. And we could say, well, let's do it from the ground up, because community have got wonderful ideas because they're in the community. How can the top down know what time it is and what changes need to be made when they're not in that environment?
That's right.
You know, bless Mark, they're not in that environment. So how are you gonna make rules for my community when you don't know my community? You know, Khan says everyone likes to make out that I come from the community, you know, vote for me. But when we do, you're doing the same thing everybody else is doing. You're just doing the top-down approach. So we need somebody authentic. We need somebody who understands what real leadership is about. Real leadership is about service. And the king of that, before I let you speak, darling, the king of that, who showed us that model, is Jesus Christ. He showed us, forget religion, he was on the planet, and he's somebody that we need to look at his leadership qualities. The reason why he was hated is because he challenged the establishment. He challenged the religious system. He let people see that the religious system is about themselves. They want honor. They want glory. They want fame. They want finance. They want money. They love riches and to be called all these important titles, but they're not about you. And he said, look at me. I'm the King of Kings. I'm God's son, and I've come humbly to serve, heal the sick, look after people, help people's mental health, help people's demonic issues and stuff like that. He came to serve. So I think he is the incredible demonstration of leadership. And we've been fooled by so-called leaders who are just looking after putting money in their pockets, like the Tony Blairs of this world. A lot of the politicians are lining their pockets from companies that want what they want. So they use politicians here, take a mill, take 500 grand, take 100,000, take 30K, and here's what we would like. So when they eventually say, you know, could you put this in that we could have the property in this council so we can start making a new building, you'll find out that MPs are pushing for that because someone's allowed them to be able to own another house somewhere in the country and just help them to, you know, expand on their finances. So we really need to understand how systems work. How systems work is not how the general public think. They think what's in the newspapers, what's been told in the media. Like, you've got to understand the same people that you're saying, oh, politicians never tell the truth, they lie, they don't answer questions. These same guys that you're accusing of never answering questions, you're following what they're saying. You're believing everything that they're putting in place instead of having a voice and saying, we don't need to accept this. God's given us a right to have a voice. No man should have the authority to suppress your voice. So what's happening? People are oppressed. Hence why during this whole thing with COVID, mental health has gone out the roof. You know, and we haven't seen how bad this is going to get. You know, when this is really,
we haven't seen the fallout.
We're going to see knife crime. We're going to see mental health. We're going to see crime just rising because people are going to have a whole lot more issues going on upstairs, and it's going to cause massive problems. And they've got a system ready for that they continue making money. It's called youth offender prisons. It's called PRUs. It's, you know, come on.
Yeah, so, I mean, even many years ago, a lot of people would not be aware of this, but before human rights, you could if you were adjudicated, if you was a naughty boy in prison, and they'd send you to segregation where you'd go up in front of the governor, and the governor would decide if you get a loss of earnings, a loss of canteen, which is your ability to buy food and drink and things like that, or they would add to your sentence. And there was numerous people who were getting 28 days, 28 days, 28 days. And so it accumulated that they had spent out their sentence and they were still in prison because of what the governor said. And it's only when they brought in the human rights that they had to repeal all those cases and everybody was released straight away from that day. I was one of those people. So, and so I'm fully aware of that. So, and when they gave you your days back, you were instantly released. But these are the people that are in charge, and they're not really seeing what's happening on the ground. And having people on the ground, like you said about community, it's a community that brings up a child. And when you see a child is turning out how they're turning out, you can only look around you at the community that they've been brought up in. And I mean, as well as the games that they play, the films and things that they watch on TV, even the conversations that they hold in school. And so even hearing, if you sit on a bus, if you can, and you hear how children used to talk on the bus, and you'll be surprised that they're little children talking in this manner, swearing, using words that they don't really know the meaning of, but it's just what they think is cool. And when you're younger, it's what's cool that's in. And that's what I think the big problem is, turning cool around and letting people understand it's not about being cool. It's about being true to yourself. That's you know, right. And also looking around you and try to lead example, even to your friends, your peers, because a lot of the things that I done was just because a few of the boys were going to do it. And so I'll go with them. And then we all end up going to do it. So it's a bit of peer pressure as well. And that feeling of wanting to belong, you know, because everyone wants to be in a crew, you know. So it's very important that you're comfortable with yourself. And only as I got older, I realized who I am. And then I don't need certain people, because especially if they don't bring out the best in you. But I think children are so vulnerable, especially now. They're so vulnerable, you know, and I think it's so important to have people like yourself who can actually help in some way, because a lot of those boys, listen, after the feedback, so many of the boys from Cook and Wood prison were giving positive feedback, and they wrote it in their own handwriting. So it means that it had an effect. And I mean, I remember years ago when I was in Pentonville and John Conte, yeah, the boxer, came in to see us. And he came to see us on that Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous, where you get a chance to get out of your cell and sit down and listen to his story. He crashed a Rolls Royce into a tree, you know, because he was drunk. And he was trying to explain to people about the problems with alcohol abuse and even narcotics abuse, you know. And so it's good to have people of that type. There just aren't enough, you know, to help, because there are children all over, not just England or Britain or Europe. They're all over the world, especially when you see there's something like this pandemic has affected the world. So, you know, it's not just around the corner, it's everywhere.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lars. Every single point you made is bang on. I just want to add to what you were saying and just mention that what many of us don't recognize is that the way we are being conditioned is from childhood. We are conditioned to fall in line. Most of us have seen The Matrix. If you haven't, go and see it. You will see a perfect example of falling in line. They don't want you to have your own voice. They don't want you to have your own opinion. And they've conditioned us so badly that if anyone does have their own voice that doesn't fall in line with the majority, you are classed as an outcast.
Yes.
They'll do anything to silence your voice. I've seen it with Pierce. I've seen the way he puts people down, and if they say anything, they're not against vaccine, but if they say anything that doesn't agree with his view,
or correlate with his
puts a name to him, okay? So, you know, from school, when you're even going to school, when you don't fit into a certain, then you go in a set. You go in a dumb set. You go in a, this how the kids class you. You're in a smart set, you're in a dumb set. You're in this.
Yeah.
What can you, They call it lower, but we call it a dumb set.
No, but now they call them. They call them overachievers. How can a child be an overachiever?
Bro, it's insane. So as I'm saying, you have a system that puts everybody in boxes. And what I'm saying is
that's his Hillary.
Yeah, it's completely different from how the system that God is teaching us that this is how we should treat each other. This is how we should be as individuals, as leaders. We need to look at each other as equals. Okay? We need to look at each other as equal. No one is better than another. But we all have something of value to add to this planet. So we're all valuable. You know, there's a lot of things that I speak my mind. I'm not interested whether it goes against the grain or not. It is my mind. I've been given that mind, and I have an opinion I would like to share. If you don't want to take it on board, that's fine. But I don't deserve to be called names. I don't deserve to be sworn at. I don't deserve to be put down just because I have an opinion that doesn't agree with other people's. But we live in this society now where people feel like if you're not going with this and you're not going with what the media says, but I did, then we're going to slay you. So they've got a collection of the majority, and what people are doing is they're filtering to have their own opinion. Because the media is so strong, it puts pressure on those that have their own mind and makes you feel like, well, but I don't want to not do that. Because, you know, it's like NHS. A lot of people, when I talk to, why are you doing that? They couldn't give me a good reason. Nobody spoke about the NHS before. There wasn't like, obviously there's always someone that's going to speak about it, but nobody really, I've never even heard the government. They were trying to privatize the NHS. They didn't even want it to run like how it would run. But all of a sudden, we must all go out bashing pans for the NHS. So when I asked people that worked, and they said, we're not interested in people bashing pans. We're interested in a pay rise. We've been looking to be paid.
That's right, more than 1%. 1%, yes.
That was what was important to people, not bashing a pan. But what did people want to do? Go out and bash pans. Would they go out and give some of their money and say, look, here's my wages for what you've done? No. 9 times out of 10, people ain't doing nothing for somebody in the NHS. They'll go out and bash a pan, and then if you don't follow and bash a pan, they'll be looking at you like, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you coming out, you know, clapping for the NHS? You know, don't you appreciate them?
Look at what they're doing.
How does that show you appreciate them? I could sit at home sitting down and I appreciate the NHS because when I go to the hospital, I go and meet them and tell them how I appreciate what they're doing. You know, that will let them know. Personal contact lets people know. Not bashing my pants, but because I just gave this to give an example, because the government said that's what we must do, we all go out doing it without thinking for ourselves, wait a minute, how does that impact people working in the NHS? Me bashing
it's not helping.
You know, someone got a different opinion than me. I'm just giving mine. I'm not saying
mine is right. Thinking is no longer appreciated. It's not appreciated. It's not appreciated.
It's not.
Because it's matrix.
I will say this though. I will say this. Yeah. But I will say this, that obviously what you just said is all appreciated because my partner works in the NHS and she's like this in the background because she works in the NHS. And it's true, pots and pans ain't paying more than 1%, is it?
No.
So, you know, but that appreciation.
And after all of that, Lance, after all of that, the NHS this, the NHS that, what pay rise did they come up with the other day?
They come up with first they came up with 1%.
1%.
And then they just came up with how much? 4.
It's insulting.
Man, it's not enough.
My missus worked for them for years in maternity. So she knows the system. She knows what's going on. Do you know what I mean?
It's not enough. It's not enough.
Well, listen, look. Thank you very much for having some time on your platform. Enough love and respect. Keep doing what you're doing. Love, dads. Love to the family. And I can't wait for the Dr. Prince show, mate. Yeah?
Yes. Right? Everyone who's online at this particular moment, go and subscribe if you have not already subscribed to Dr. Prince show.
Go and do that right now.
Yeah, they can. They've got computers and stuff, man. Not everyone's just, you know, they've got lots of gadgets. Find a way.
All right.
I'll remind you again. Take care, Lance.
Right. God bless you guys. God bless you.
We had some more individuals wanting to come on.
He said someone.
Team Kongo, Teneasa Prince, Shine City. That's what he said.
This one said unable to join.
Shine City. Try Shine City.
No, not that one. That's Anton.
Is it Antonia? Oh, well, he's not able to join then. Try Antonia then.
What's his name? H. What's that person called that you want to join? Ask him to send a request.
There's loads of people. Put somebody else in.
Don't take that off, sweetheart. What are you touching that for? Just hang on.
Bring someone else in, babe.
Just hang on a second, sweetie, please.
Tanisha on, please.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Yes, bruv. Pick up yourself. Yeah. Hello, beautiful.
Hey, Dad.
How you doing, sweetheart? You good?
I'm good. I'm good. You?
I'm awesome, baby. It's great to see you on the platform.
Thank you for having me.
You excited? You excited?
Yeah, I'm excited and a little bit nervous.
Excellent. My daughter's she's doing wonderful. I'm really proud of her. She wants to start her own business and she wants to do her thing. So I thought it'd be a great time to, let her be one of the individuals who promotes what she's doing. And I hope that she gets a lot of support from this. So let everyone know what you're passionate about, Teneasa. What are you passionate about, my love?
So I am passionate about childbirth. And so I'm a doula and I want to empower women when they're going through pregnancy, birth and postnatal care.
Okay, what do doulas do? Because if I didn't know you were doing it, I wouldn't know what a doula is.
So we offer support emotionally, physically, and informatively. So we will support you emotionally by empowering you to make decisions for yourself and give you information about birth and the birth physiology and just basically support and empowerment. So however you want to birth, however you vision your birth to be and your pregnancy to be and your parenting to be, we support that.
What options could they have if they didn't want to give birth the traditional way?
What do you mean?
Yeah, what options do they have if they don't want to give birth?
No, it's not like that. It's not like that. Whether or not, so doulas, if you want to have birth in a hospital, you want to have birth at home, they're just a support system. Yeah. Whereas
well, so I'm trying to get out of Lisa.
Yeah, but you said in the traditional way. The traditional way.
Going to hospital, isn't it?
Yeah, but you still have doulas in hospital.
But it's still the traditional way, no?
It doesn't matter. What a doula does is actually go in and be a support system. Okay. So you have someone instead of the midwife rubbing the back, talking to her and empowering her. Come on, you can do this. Da, da, da. You have the doula who can do that, while the midwife will probably get on and do something else in the meantime.
You're really good at this. You should be in this business.
I was in that business. So that's what they do.
So we're not support. So yeah.
So what do you find are some of the issues that you come up with, or some of the ways that you support the women? Give us some real life examples.
I think
yes, especially if they haven't got anyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is about them feeling confident in making the decisions for themselves, because I find that women, they just do things because I thought that I had to do it this way. I thought that the doctor said I had to have a C-section. The doctor said I had to be induced, and they haven't looked into things for themselves. They're not making a decision for themselves. They're just being told that's what they have to do. So then when things happen, they go wrong, then they just feel robbed of their own.
Okay.
Let me just answer someone here. Victoria.
Victoria wants to know.
Yes, Victoria. Normally, they are supported after the birth as well. It goes into a period of postnatal care as well. But it's based on whatever Nisa can tell you. It's based on how long they want you for, really.
So Victoria said, are they supported after the birth? That was what Victoria said.
So we do postnatal care as well, and we can just be postnatal doulas. So you have birth and postnatal doulas. So
Cool.
you can hire me to come and just support you when you've had the baby, support with breastfeeding. And it's just about you being the best version of yourself. So however we can help do that, even if it's things like, you know, helping you prepare a meal, taking the baby for a walk so you can have a nap, like just anything to just make you feel supported, so that you feel
Sounds like
supported.
babysitting to me.
Could you stop it? Do you mind?
It's serving, Dad. It's serving.
No, it's wonderful. I wish I had that.
Yeah, I think a lot of women can do with doulas.
100%, yeah.
Especially now where there's such a pressure on the maternity services, and sometimes the midwives are drawn from pillar to post. You in labor, if you've actually got a doula, it's really, really welcomed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
I would have got a doula for Nisa if I knew about doulas.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't have. I enjoyed looking after Nisa all the time. It was lovely.
Yeah, and because of my own birth experience, that was
Any. Can I just say, Nisa, that someone just mentioned about black mothers. I think that there need to be a lot more black doulas
100%.
Because when I was working at the hospital, whenever you see a doula, it's never a black woman.
Yeah.
And I think for us as we need that kind of support.
Someone wants to know, how do you access a doula? Sorry, you can't miss
Go
that
on.
one. How do you access a doula, Nisa?
You can go on the doula directory, which is where I'm at. And so I trained with a company called Birth Bliss Academy, and they've now made an organization where you can find your doula there. So all of us would be Birth Bliss doulas. I mean, I don't know, I only know that way because I'm on there.
So how about your Instagram? How about your Instagram? Can't someone DM you?
Well, yeah, you could DM me on Instagram. But what normally happens, so women will contact me through the doula directory, and I always ask them, how did you find out? So they normally Google like how to find a doula, and the doula directory comes up, and then they look through and then they find the doula that they want.
So can't you advertise your services on your own Instagram page?
Well, I do that, and then I've made, well, my website is in the process of being made. So you'll be able to find me there, on my website, on my Instagram, on the doula directory, and as well just word of mouth. Like just me speaking about it and sharing with other people.
So basically, for those online.
One second. Someone asked how do you advertise your services in the hospital?
I haven't done that.
Basically, doulas are not particularly advertised in hospital. As Nisa said before, it's that if you want a doula, if you know about a doula, you want one, then you go online to the doula, that networking sort of thing.
It's a decision that you make for yourself to have that support.
Tony said, is it a black doula directory?
I don't think so. No,
it's all different. There's all different nationalities on there. I mean, there's not many black doulas.
How about me and you start one, Nisa?
Well,
how about we start our own doula, so it's just black people?
I have thought about that, because I want to work with another doula, because I think that you can get a lot more business within like a little collection of doulas. So eventually, like, that is the goal.
Doulas work really hard though, don't they, Teneasa?
Pardon?
Doulas work very hard though, don't they?
100%.
And you have to be on call. They can go out. So please, I can't have my wife on call. I need her.
What are you talking about, Nisa? I'm a birth photographer.
I need her at my second call.
You will be on call.
I am on call.
I can't have you taking the wife.
Don't listen to him. I need to get birth photography bookings.
She's gonna leave your thing, Dad, and come and work with me.
No, I'm gonna touch your feet. I can't leave you with a pillow. That doesn't work. Okay. need hugs.
Okay, fantastic, niece. If you want to type your Instagram page or what it is that you the directory that you go on to so people can know.
Where do I type it?
In your comment section, can't you see a bit?
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, put the information.
Hey, Angelique.
So people can talk to you.
All right. Hold on.
Just Stealth Diamond.
Yeah, Angelique.
Cool said Stealth Diamond said black women definitely need support in childbirth.
I'm gonna add a few people in the meantime while you're there, Nisa,
Yeah.
because I know you're gonna go soon. Okay.
Who's that, Antonia?
Yeah.
I think as well the word about doulas need to get out to black women as well. I don't think they even know.
Yeah, I know that. A lot of people do not know about doulas. So someone said to advertise on Black Business Directory.
Okay.
You can put an advert there as well.
Yeah.
All right. All right,
you
niece.
know, okay.
No, go on, baby.
Oh, I was just gonna say that, like, yes, I want to work with black women, but I just feel that this is a woman issue.
Yeah.
So all women do need support, but I would do things within my own community because there are issues within that.
Our own community, yeah, of course.
Thank you so much, darling. People support Teneasa Prince. She's doing a wonderful thing. She's passionate about childbirth, and there's always going to be childbirth. So we need you, Teneasa. God bless you, my darling. Thanks for coming on.
Guys. Thank you so much.
Talk to you soon, Dad. Talk to you soon.
How do I leave?
I just press the X or something like that, I think.
All right, then.
Antonio.
Yes, Mark. How's it going?
Antonio.
I don't know where your ex is. She
there you go. Antonio.
Oh, you did.
Come into the light. Come into the
light. 1 second.
What's going on, my brother?
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm so well. It's really great to see those beautiful white sterling pearls you got there.
I'm trying to get like yours, Mark.
Nah, bruv, I'm behind you in the queue, bruv. You are the don, bruv.
Oh, thank you, bro.
It was a proper national, bruv, man. You're missing.
Nah, that's because you've been in the field, didn't it? Action, didn't it?
Come on, share with me, man. Share with me. What you got for me, Antonio? Whatever you want to say, bruv.
I think it's brilliant, the conversations you lot have been having. I think it's a lot of you that you lot are touch base on that I think is important conversations to have. What I've got to promote, well, the studio. I'm in the studio right now. We just got the new lights, you see it.
Nice.
Yeah, we're just in the studio. 1 second. It's a bit of it's way working at the moment. So.
No, nice.
I know you work really hard, Antonio.
Yeah,
so if you're working so hard, can you share with us the vision?
Sorry?
If you're working so hard, which I know you are, could you share with everyone your vision?
The vision, I think the vision is a simple one. It's about bringing communities together, make more for me as a personal passion, our community, the black community. I think it's very important that we learn to coexist in a better manner that we have been known to exist in. And I think just increasing the black pound, increasing our ownership power and our economic stamp, pretty much that's the vision, creating opportunities for people that come from places that we come from that may not have an example of what to do other than being rolled, or what to be like other than being a bad boy. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's important that people understand that they can be themselves and still be successful and still be respectful and respected in their neighborhoods and their communities, just by being themselves and being true to who they are and their visions and their passions.
Beautiful, beautiful. Can I just add something that I think is that everyone needs to hear, because I have a lot of my counterparts, my Caucasian counterparts, need to understand the reason why there's this shift in the mindsets of the black community is because they recognize that they've been held away from the decision-making table for so long, and my Caucasian counterparts will say, yeah, but things have changed. You guys have got more opportunities than ever before, and you're correct. But what's happening is that as long as you're held away from the decision-making table, then you're never really in a place of power to be able to make change and to be able to have a voice. So what's happening now is that people are waking up. My Caucasian counterparts are waking up, and the Black community are waking up, and together we're working towards ensuring that there's real equality. So when we see like Gary Neville speaking, and he's talking about the FA and him being a man of color in a position of power, and people being against that, we need those voices. So this is not something we can do alone. Together we have to make change. And I think I've seen a lot of your signings for Shine City, and you'll see it's not about black. It's about equal opportunities for those who are in less position. I've seen you signing the white boys that are in from the ends, the black boys from the ends. So I think we need to get people to understand that it's not about, I'm trying to educate my Caucasians to understand it's not about, oh, I'm supporting blacks. It's about you're supporting equality.
It's
so
not about supporting promoting segregation. That's not what we're doing. We never support segregation. It's about, but this is not for you. This is for Caucasians and how they see things. Because I listen to them, I have conversations with them. And this is about the efforts that you also put in to get equality for all people, regardless of color, actually affects their world as much as it affects ours. Exactly.
Because what we're creating is an equal world, and everybody should be looking for an equal world. Because it's not color and religion that separates us.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's the mindset of individuals and human beings that separate us. If we all are in tune and have respect and love for each other, then we become equal. And nothing, regardless of religious, regardless of culture, nothing can separate us, because we treat each other as one. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there.
100% I agree with everything you said. I think a lot of the responsibility, I believe personally, has to come back to our community though. Because and it's not our fault in the initial, but definitely in these latter years, there has been, from what I've seen and what I've experienced, a level of ignorance that we have towards our own individual power in affecting the situation, and how much power we have in affecting our movement forward and our growth. I was having a conversation with my brother Richard. Free, you met him that day when you came down to the studio. My business partner. He was talking about proactive and unproactive people. I think it's unproactive people. That's not the word. I don't believe that's the word. But
just break down. He's talking about non-productive people.
Yeah. So
ignorance that separates us. Yeah, that's right, Isha.
A proactive person takes responsibility, and our community, for the most part, has been unproactive because for so long we've blamed outside influences and outside sources of oppression. When we do it to ourselves,
we oppress ourselves.
Exactly, and
I love it.
That's a big problem that I think.
How have we oppressed ourselves? How have we been oppressing ourselves, Antonio?
How?
How?
Through the cycle of believing a lot of the lies that we've been told.
Beautiful.
For instance, I know a lot of youths that's never actually been in trouble police. They haven't even got a criminal record, but they have a real disdain and a dislike for the police, right? And I'm not out here saying, oh, raw, like, promoting no kind of crazy stuff. What I'm saying is we as a community are one of the only communities that don't actually, like, we will have a family member that's there and will become a police officer and we'll disown that family member because we don't want the association. It's like, no, at all. And
thank you.
That's deep.
It's the truth. I've seen it happen. I was part of that mindset at one point as well in my life. Do you know what I mean? So it's a deep-rooted problem. We've been lied to, and we've been maybe not on purpose. I'm not gonna they wanted us to be victims, but what I will say is a lot of the lies that we're told has fallen on our community, and we have to start to get rid of the illusion that has been placed on us. A lot of these young kids don't understand the real depths of the stories of why a lot of the reasons of why they were bad boys or why certain things happen. They just go in with the Chinese whisper and the storyteller that's been given to them. And that's what I mean.
Hence why there's beef in areas as well, area code beefs and all of that. They don't even know where it began.
Exactly. And it's the stories that have been told have been really it's made us delusional, and it's really damaging to our community. But I don't want to get into a preacher mode. It's about the music. Let's get.
It's all right, but let me note this point. Let me put this point, because it's really good points you're raising, Antonia. So let's not brush them off and feel like, oh, you know, we're getting deep. We need to get there. So my girl Isha Johnson has been doing some wonderful work, by the way. People that have needed, you know, counselling, family support through this platform, Isha Johnson has been serving them. So I'm just want to say, she put it's ignorance that separates us. Education is key.
And then someone else went on and asked this question, so she's made a good point.
Can I just say, education isn't what we're all been trained to believe in, which is it has to be degrees, it has to be pen and paper work.
Maybe not that
I'm not talking about that type of education. I'm talking about knowing thyself. I'm talking about embracing truth. I'm talking about taking ownership of who you are and not trying to fall in line. That's education. Not just the education where you've got a PhD at the end of it, because many people with a PhD and a degree are very ignorant. Let's not get it twisted. Let's keep it real. Okay, some of the most ignorant people are some people that I personally know have got all the letters behind their names, but they're not educated enough to see people for who they are. Says, what steps do you think I should take in ensuring my kids are educated about equality moving forward? I want to make sure I have a positive input for my children growing up. I want them educated. Fantastic. That is wonderful. Now, here's the best thing you can do for your children. Now, your children are learning from you. So you're their first teacher. So I would say that the first thing you do is make sure that you're educated, that they see you taking in knowledge, and that the knowledge you share comes from you, comes from what you've learned, comes from your experience. So my way of adding to that is to say that's the first step we do, because a lot of the time we think the answer is outside of us. So we think there's someone I need to get, something I need to be able to do, and then that what? No, it's something we have to take responsibility for. And I think this is the reason why many people don't make the changes, because it means the change has to start with you. It has to start with us. And we're not willing to go through that process, because you know what? I ain't got time. I got to go and do this. And I ain't got time to be educating myself in this. Let someone else do it. That's the reason. So if you're really passionate about this, show it. Show us your faith and your belief in this passion for your children by doing what you need to do so you can educate them about equality and the right things. Then it's easier to align your children with people who do know about these subjects, because you'll know where to go then. You know where to signpost them. So I hope that's helpful in answering that question.
And I see, sorry, just in the groups and in the chat, I see a lot of conversation happening about the officer comment, right? I'm not
that's what I see as well.
I'm talking about the mindset when it comes to these kind of things, the lies that we've been told. You know, the things that we do to feel connected and welcome in our neighborhoods. We spend our life savings without making investments in ourselves, in our own communities. We'll go and work with people instead of spending our money in developing our own communities. You know, I grew up in an area where, you know, all the corner shops were Turkish or Asian. Do you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with them having ownership, but where's our ownership? there was one corner shop, and maybe he was part reason of why I believe that I could be an owner. But where we have a high density of our people, we should have a high density, like a density of our stores and shops and, you know, restaurants, and we should be, if we're all in that area, then we should have a
we should have it there too.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's basically what
I always ponder about that.
Told. I wasn't just saying.
I always ponder about that. But I find that even within our own Black community, that their aspiration is never to own a corner shop or to think, because there's majority of us in here, I'm going to make sure I've got a shop there. There is no one inquiring, how can I become one of these guys to have a corner shop that belongs to us and we support our own. I've never actually heard that in a group. It's like they always focus on something else. They want to make money so they can get out of this ends, and they want to make money so they can go here, and they want to make money so they can live here. And that's never the mindset. Because when you do make that money, the key is to come back and build up where you were. But you find that in our environment, we make the money and we leave them as they are, as they are. And then we come back and strengthen them. Now that's a mindset that needs changing within our community. You see, the other people, what they do is build up their community. That's how you see they're so strong. Look at Green Lanes. The whole of Green Lanes is full of Turkish restaurants.
Exactly.
Like, what the hell?
You go to Tower Hamlets, you go to Green Lanes, you got the Turkish community, that's their economic, like, one of their economic points. You go to Tower Hamlets, you got the Asians, that's one of their economic points.
Exactly.
You go to West End, Chinatown, that's one of their economic power points. Where is our point? Where is our place? You can say, and then people
got no economic leverage.
In our dance hall.
Where's our place? Where is it?
That's where we are.
It doesn't exist.
I'll tell you where we're at.
Like
I'll tell you where we're at.
Peckham.
We're creating all the trends, all the cultures that other people are making money out of.
That is exactly
what else we do? We will promote other people's brands and with our music and everything else, and make them even more famous and make them even more popular.
Yeah.
And not realizing that the business of this is, here's the power and authority I have with my music. I'm not even going to mention Gucci unless you put some economic leverage in my pocket. But instead, we're spouting off about all these brands and stuff in our music.
But we can't.
Which goes back to ignorance.
We could never be upset at them, though. We can't.
No, I'm not saying we can't be upset.
I'm
saying because of our ignorance and lack of understanding, we're not doing things in the right way. And I'm just elaborating on the point that Dad made. But somebody said something about the police. And I always like to challenge thought process and put another point in there for someone to think about. Because I've realized in life, there's always a better way. It's never just the first thing that comes into your head, yeah? They said the police are institutionally racist. Remember the Mckinson reports. That factuality, man, Black folk and police should not mix, in my opinion. Wonderful. That's your opinion. I'm throwing in another way of thinking. Now, if I want to change something and I don't like it, and I stay on the outside, how is that ever gonna change? That means I've got no strategy. I've got no other way of making change. So I go on the outside and I complain and I'm angry and I cuss. And all I got to say is the system. And then my co-party next to me says, hold on, I want to take action. I want change. And no matter how long it takes, what I have to go through, let's sit down together, come up with a strategic idea, and here's what's happening right now. The police are saying they want more culture inside the police system. I'll tell you what, let's get 100,000 of us and let's join the force. Then if they mess with us and we're trying to go up the food chain, we can expose the business. But with only no guys or one or two guys, you got no power. So I'm just saying, with that mindset that Black people should never mix with the police, you're going to be in the same situation, my friend, years later. If I want to change the police system for my children, I'm going to take action. If I'm not passionate about it, where I've got time to make those comments, then instead of creating segregation, I'll create a system that allows me to put me in a place where my voice has power, where I make change. And maybe something that I could have started in 2021, maybe by 2030, that generation doesn't have the same problems that I had in 2021. We have to work towards the future. We have to be dare to be a Daniel and step to it.
And you know what? A lot of people are saying that we need our own shops and our own schools and our own everything. I get it. Yeah, we do. But are we not better together?
Yeah, we are still.
If you look at colors out there, listen, we can't control how someone thinks. But when you put colors together, how beautiful is it? If everything is just this one color, how dead and boring.
Do you know what? Do you know what? The one thing I would say towards that, yeah.
No, I'm just saying something, Mark. Yeah, we need our own stuff. It's just a show that we are a part of. The thing is, the reason why we haven't got our own stuff is because we rather sit and take the "you can't have it." Okay, then.
Do you know what? Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Yeah. Look, if you were to employ a janitor, would you employ somebody that isn't clean? It's a question I asked.
So what did you say?
Basically, what I mean by that question is this.
Would you employ someone that isn't clean?
How
are you going to find out how clean he is?
Want to work with us if we can't work with ourselves? This is why I asked, where is our economic PowerPoint? Because we are asking to be integrated, but we haven't built up our community to even integrate into another community. Where is our community?
Thank you, my brother. Brother, it's one of the most important things to have some economic leverage, or you're not respected. That's why we could go and walk up and down and say whatever we like. Listen, how did Martin Luther King make change? Listen to how it was done. People just think he went out walking up and down marching. No, he didn't. He went out and strategically came up with a plan. He recognized how many black people are taking the bus. When he realized that they stopped taking the bus, the economic leverage that we had would impact their industry, and they would have to make it equal to be on the bus and sit where you like. That's how you make change. He's already showed the model, but we've forgotten about these guys. We talk about them. We have a Black History Month about them, but we're not realizing the guy never lived to die for what he believed in, for his model to be forgotten about. He done it, so he was hoping the generations after would see his model and say, do you know what? This guy's using intelligence. He's not ignorant. He's not vexed with the system. No. He is saying, bro, we're all equal. And because you don't recognize that, we're going to have to demonstrate that with you with some economic leverage. We're going to demonstrate to you that we have money, but we will not be giving it and spending it with you. Us now, we haven't done that. We've just chased after the money, chased after the stuff, because we're busy showing everyone else with chains and brand names that we got more money than the next man. That's what's happening.
A mindset, Mark. It's a
what
mindset,
we need to do is have a mindset of economic leverage. If we're not together, working to create this, to create this ownership mindset, not look what I got. It's ownership of certain things. Where's the road? Where's all the houses that we got? I'll go down to Stamford Hill and I will drive for time. And it's that own the houses. I'll go down to Whitechapel and I'll drive down the whole road. There ain't no Englishman on that road because all the Indian brothers are buying out all the homes on the road.
What about us, man?
Where do you go, bruv, to find that where you know that
because
the black
once we build together,
economic leverage.
Yeah, once we build together, then we can go to the table and say, okay, we want to join your table. But right now, it doesn't even make, we keep asking for things that we are in control of ourselves. we have a level of control for it. Even look at the story of I don't know it 100%, so I'm not going to quote it 100%. But if you ever research the story of Brick Lane and how that changed hands and how Brick Lane was formed to becoming an Asian community hotspot, right? They fought for that, and on top of that, but they had a plan of why they were doing that. Do you know what I'm saying? And they went for it. They went for it, and they built up their economic strength, and look at where they are now. Do you know what I mean?
I think that's what we need. We need to build up our, as Mark was saying, we need to build up our own economy, and then you can come together. Because then when you're strong and your mindset is at that level as well, and you're not against each other in your own community, then I think you have leverage there. You can stand better together.
Yeah.
So music, you said, but the gatekeepers are mostly white. So, bro, see that mindset? You are unstoppable, my friend. What your mind conceives, like whatever price you have to pay to get what it is you're after in life, go for it. Like all the talking about the system and the white man's the gatekeeper and all of that, bro, if we can get this far from not even being able to go in a bar because it said no blacks, no dogs and all of that stuff, yeah, no Irish, bro, then how far can you go? It's our mindsets that limit us. You know, if we're just looking at white people as the ones in power and we've settled for that, that's what you're going to get. If you believe you're right or if you believe you're wrong, you're right. So get rid of that mindset, music, that, well, white people are they're the ones in power, they're the gatekeepers. Well, my brain knows that, but my brain won't accept that. It's what we accept in life. I want more for me. I want more for my family.
And you can tell me, you ain't keeping my gate. What gate you keeping?
So I could have accepted, that my son was just another black boy stamped in the game. Okay? I didn't accept that. I wasn't willing to lay that down. I wasn't willing to let Kiyan be another number that is not remembered. You need to remember my son. You need to remember what he lived for, what he stood for, the awesome individual he was. And I'm going to make sure that happens. Now, do you think everyone rolled the red carpet out for me and said, yay? Do you think all the white people in the business said, wait, there's this black dad. He wants to do all this for his son. Hey, let's just give him everything he wants. I have struggled. As Tony said, but Martin Luther King got murdered. Well, what's your point? Bro, if you live for something and you're willing to die for something and stand for something, then you've lived a worthy life. Like Martin Luther. He might have been murdered, but he's never forgotten. I know plenty of people murdered. We don't remember their name. Okay, he's left a legacy for us. So what we're going to do with that legacy of Martin Luther, that he got murdered while he stood up for what he believed for me and you. For me and you, so we can have a future. And we say, but he got murdered. Well, that's because he stood up for what he believed. Are we willing to stand up and die for what we believe? Because look what's happened since Martin Luther died. He has made a way. He has made a difference. Yeah, I remember the meetings with Sadiq. Well, I totally remember them, yeah. And we have made headway. And look how far we can go if we continue to believe, if we continue to work hard, if we continue to change the narrative. Who's got control of the narrative? We don't. Hence why the media will call it black on black crime and they'll name it what they like. So what do? Get your own channel. That we've never been at a place where we could start creating our own things as we have now. Why do you think I started the Dr. Prince show? I want to start doing me. I'll start my own production company. I will do things because I'm believing and thinking for the future. The problem is, people are just believing and thinking for what they can get. That's their vision. It goes as far as a Bentley and as far as a title. If that's your vision, bruv, boom, that's why you'll get what you get and you're out and you're forgotten. Kiyan will never be forgotten. I'll never be forgotten because I'm about the people. I'm about legacy. I'm about making change, bruv. And I want to see people's lives being helped as an outcome of what I've done. Okay, I don't need thanks. I don't need a shout out. I don't need none of that. Okay, what I need to see is that the vision I had is actually working. So if someone come and murdered me like Martin, I know that, wow, I've got certain things going on. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. I want to surprise everyone for May. So I don't want to tell everyone, but there's some seriously mind-blowing things that's happened. Even QPR naming the stadium Kiyan Prince Foundation Stadium. Where else has that ever happened? He's a little, yeah, that's right, Tony. Right. No help from the. Listen, if this, let me say something about this system. Yeah, this system has blatantly ignored me. Yep. Ignored me. They've invited me on the TV time and time again, just to get my intelligence, my knowledge that will help their channel to be able to whatever they need me for. Yeah, this guy can speak. Let's bring him on. But what have you done? Nothing. What's Sadiq done? Nothing. What's the mayor before him done? Nothing. What's Boris done when I talked to him? Nothing. Nobody's interested. So what do you think I'm going to do? Complain about Boris? Complain about Sadiq? Bro, I haven't got nothing against you. If that's what you want out of life, to be in position, I wanted to be the mayor. Now I've reached my goal. But pound the back, lovely. You know, family celebrate. You're a human being. I'm not going to diss you. But I'm going to use my energy to focus on my goals. I want to see economic leverage and position of power and being at the decision-making table, so I will get there myself. And the only way you could stop me is to do to me what you've done to Martin. Shoot me, bro. Seriously? I didn't think you were going to
you know what? You know what's crazy about what was being... what I'm saying, what Music Insanity was saying, yeah, is that I don't think he's got the complete wrong mindset. I just think that it's just a bit misguided. That's all it is. I think the intention is there for what we're talking about, because we're all talking about the same thing. We're just all on different aspects of the map for the mission, right? And I think the mindset is beginning to happen where we believe that we need to work together more, but we're not there yet. So it's a journey.
Sorry, Anto, we're not laughing at you.
No, sorry, bro. Someone said Boris needs a trim ASAP. Sorry, man. Sorry. You need to stop your foolishness.
Yeah, for real, Anton. I believe what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying, you know, I think the mindset isn't all the way wrong. I just think that it is partially misguided.
Yeah. Antonio, I need to address music again, yeah?
Go on.
Because he made a comment and said something about, yeah, but we need to, it's not mixing. Listen, let me share something with you, because I understand a little bit about history. Do you think that we got here just by ourselves? There was white people putting themselves at risk, standing out on the front line with black people to make change happen. Okay, bro? So let's not make it, I'm telling you, I'm going to keep reminding people, yeah? Stop making this a black and white thing. This is a power thing. This is a system thing. Listen, the system don't care about poor white people either. Exactly. They don't care. Yeah, we know that you have white privilege because the color of your skin, you're not going to be treated the same as a young black boy that will treat a young white, but we know these things. All I'm saying is don't have a clear blinkers mindset about white people and black people, because I'm working with mindsets. And I don't care what color you are, bro. If your mind is of my mind, then we are going to the same place. So let's go there together. I work with people that have a mindset of equality, a mindset of love, a mindset of work hard ethic, a mindset of knowing who you are and can think for yourself and have your opinion. I'm working with people like that, regardless of color or religion, because I know we'll be able to get on as men and women, gender and all of that. The women have had their battles as well, you know, being locked out, kept out. And in some cultures, the women are battling the same way because they got no rights, no respect, no nothing. So the battle goes on, but we need to understand that they can still catch us being what they want us to be without you realizing it. And I think everyone that tries to make it, just blacks, we need this, we need that, understand that there's people out there that actually do care and they don't look like you. They don't, but they have got the same beating heart where they're passionate about justice. It's justice. And those are the people that I want to be around and work with. People that are passionate.
And people who hate injustice.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's it.
100%. Like I said, I think the mindset is kind of on the right direction, but it is wrong from where he's standing at this present moment. So, for instance, he might like I would never. I love all races of human beings, but the process is there. For instance, we should start working like within our community. The focus should be buying from our companies and building our infrastructure. But the end goal should never be to stand alone. The end goal should never be to stand and
it won't work, because that means we become like them, Antonia.
Exactly.
Because that's what they're trying to do with us.
Yeah. So the end goal isn't the mission isn't so that we can become completely separated from the rest of society. That's not the mission.
Even though that is some people's, that's not mine.
That's not my mission. That's not the mission that I'm talking about. I think the mission is for us to start off by working, for the focus to be ourselves, and then later on find a way that we can come to this table and fix this human mess that we are in at the moment. I don't think we're respecting the people gone before. Someone said it's Garveyism. I wouldn't.
Tony, if you would come on quickly and tell people what Garveyism is.
No, you don't need to. I'll let them know.
I haven't got much.
I know about Garv.
I don't know what Garvey is.
Check him out. Wonderful guy. Amazing entrepreneur. Like, he's just on another level. And if people got it, if people understood his message, see, this is why the people in power have to silence the people that are trying to help others to wake up. Okay? I'm not fearing death. I bury my son. I'm going to see my son. I'm not scared of what could happen to me if I speak up about people waking up. That's my passion. So I don't fear that. And Garvey didn't, Martin Luther didn't, Malcolm X didn't. These guys didn't fear that. They believed in what they believed in, and it was about people being treated equally. That was it was about. And they realized their people was at the short end of the stick. And any person who's white, wherever you're from, can see injustice and will be against it. And if you're not against it, something's wrong. Because this is a human issue. And whenever we see humans being unfairly treated, female, male, black, white, doesn't matter. We should be distressed by it, because that has an impact on the human race. Leader in modern times. Yeah, big up Marcus Garvey, every time. Definitely. When you check Marcus Garvey out, you see his mindset and what he was about. Bless up, Antonio. Tell us a little bit, something, promote your thing. Tell us what you're trying to do, what currently.
Check out the Shine City YouTube channel. That's Shine City UK. We've got videos being uploaded all the time. We're a studio located in Tottenham. And yeah, man, we're welcoming. We work a lot with the young, the youth in the area as well, the local community. So their our rates are £15 an hour. One second, bro, right in town. Yo, channel. I'm doing live. Hello.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I was saying, yeah, our studio rates are £15 an hour. We place it at that rate so that way.
Say that again, because you've gone quiet, Antonio.
So
say
sorry,
what the rates is again.
Our studio rates are £15 an hour. We say at that rate because the youth, that the studio rates, the benchmark at the moment is about £30 an hour, and I don't know many kids that that can go and work a job and have £30 an hour to spend on something that they might love to do or because they want to pursue. And I think it's important that we don't unknowingly push our youth in a certain direction, because what happens is when you set the benchmark so high, you drive them to do things that they may not necessarily want to do, but because they believe it's their only option of pursuing their dream, they believe that they have to go and, you know, pursue the fast money route. So
yeah, they've been lied to. They're prisoners of the streets.
Exactly.
They believe the lies.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
They believe the lies.
So that was one of the steps in that we was using to tackle it. And, you know, if they're in the studio, they're safe and they can.
That's excellent.
Focusing on. No, it's the rate for everybody. It's the rate for everybody.
I'm really grateful for that, Antonio, because it gives young people a chance to know that I can afford that. But I can go in the studio. And please go link on to Shine City on Insta, please, and DM Antonio and let him know what it is you want to do. So there's opportunities. This is what this platform is for. Giving opportunities. I'm sure parents, you know, your young people into music. You know, if you can afford £15 for them to go in the studio, you know, help them out, give them a start in life. If it don't work, it don't work. It's about experiences, learning experiences, going through it. Let's not stop them. Let's give them a learning experience. So thank you, Antonio, man.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me, man.
No problem, Antonia. Take care.
Yes, you champ. Love you. Music said that it don't matter about regardless of color, Rose's curry goat. It's all good. Music, I love you, bro. I love your input today. It's been absolutely fantastic. So thank you to Music. Strong couple. Look how close you.
You know what? Not Aisha. It's because I'm always doing this, so it's like it just automatically come out of me to feel.
Yes, 74 said that. Music, that her curry goat is the bomb. Music, you're gonna have to check out Miss B's curry goat. It's the bomb. Don't miss out. That's a dinner invitation right there.
That was too funny.
So all my Caucasian counterparts to win music over, just doing
Who
some
makes
nice
the best curry goat? Come on.
I should start a curry goat competition.
I'm out of this question, so I'm gonna get going. Yeah, peace out.
All right, Antonio, take care.
Love you. Keep making the music, and Antonio.
And I need to get you in the studio before you go.
Yes, you should.
I need to get you. I've got the instrumental for you.
Let's go.
I'll get him down there, Antonio. Don't worry. Yeah.
Cool. Let's go.
Let's bust a single, man.
Let's go. We're gonna drop it soon.
Huh? What's that? Say again.
We're gonna drop the single soon. It's coming.
Tell them what we done when I done a audition for you.
Oh, yo. You know what?
Oh my God! In fact, don't. It's all right.
It was brilliant. No, I'm honest. Your voice is amazing. Your voice is amazing, man. No cap.
Let's do this, man. Let's do this. All right, bro. So what's going on here?
Guys, listen.
Is this a porn hub?
I really love my husband.
Is this a porn hub?
I take comfort in touching his skin. It's comfortable, it's nice, and it's smooth. So sometimes forgive me because I end up just doing it naturally.
And don't worry, we don't need to get a hotel room because we're all good. Is the line still on? Because my man's not here. Who else is on, babe?
That's all right. I think we can
wrap up.
Yeah, we've gone over.
So what's the time?
8:30.
8:30. Wow, how the time goes quick. And we're still here with you. Like, give me a thumbs up if we're still playing. That was wonderful. Next time, I don't know if you lot remember, we had Mikey the Problem. And Mikey the Problem, you could see him going into a trance mode.
Because it's comforting.
Oh my gosh, you caught me, Aish. All right, so Mikey the Problem, a fighter, came on and we done a live with him one day on one of these Sunday lives. And he got the fight that he wanted. And now he's won that fight. So Mikey the Problem is a champion now. He came on this show. He wasn't a champion. He wanted to have the opportunity to become one. And now he is one.
Amen.
Because he wanted the opportunity.
Yes.
Remember I said, if there's anything we can do for you, we will do it, okay? So we give Chris Kongo a shout. Chris Kongo was all over it, as I know He's a great guy. He's a lovely guy from Bricks and Miguel's gym. An awesome fighter.
Yeah.
And they had a great fight. So respect to both guys.
Bevis, literally.
Mikey was amazing last night. Mikey was amazing last night. Yeah, and there was all the fighters that won. Leon, congratulations. Dillian White, congratulations. Big up my brother. Just congrats on that win. And guys, let's win this week because we're all fighters. We all have our own battles. We all have our own opponents to face. And many of us, our opponents is ourselves.
Yep, absolutely.
So let's face the mirror. Let's face up to ourselves. Let's speak the truth. What is your truth? Really? You know, there's so many issues that we are dealing with, but what is the truth? Is it because you're trying to avoid it and not face it? Is it because you don't want to make change? There's so many things, but you are going to be the winner. You are going to be the champion this week, guys. Be the champion. Face the battle. Face your opponent, which is yourself. And come back to me next Sunday live and share with me the victory that you had over yourself this week. Much love. Much love to my friend who's got a hearing and stuff. And we pray, everybody pray that my friend gets back her child that the social services have illegally taken. We want her to get back her child. And there's so many families going through this. It's so heartbreaking. Please pray for all the families that are doing without and are hurting. I pray for Raz because he's been very naughty.
He just hurt himself. No, he just hurt himself. He got his finger.
Pray for me.
Stuck in here.
I need your prayers. I'm doing so much work. I need to learn how to find time to kick back, relax. I thank you because there's no platform without you guys. I love you. I mean it. Every single one of you. DM me with your testimonies. DM me with your needs, and I'll see what I can do. Because the worst thing is all I can say is sorry, can't help. But love you guys, man. I'll be praying for all of you this week. And you'll have a wonderful week. I'll be praying for your children and your families. Thank you, guys. Love you. Take care. And let's hope that this week Instagram doesn't teeth the show we just done and lose it in the algorithm.
And if we do, guys, just go on Mark's page and go on it where all the stuff are and click like on it so it can come back and show up, okay?
Please go back and click like on it because they've been teething our things and putting it in the algorithm, and I've been seeing like 1 view, 3 views, 19 views. Really? How does that even make sense?
Miss me sit and pray for Kongo. I am done. Come, Raz, let's go. Let me check your foot. Come on. Come on, Baba.
He just likes to catch with me. He's probably listening. Take care, guys. I love you so much.
Take care,
how
everyone.
many times I can say it. Take care. Easy. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Come, Raz.
And go and sign on to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Dr. Mark Prince OBE. I need your support. Dr. Prince Show coming out.
Raz, you have to hurt yourself in here.
I just sent a group message. Well. How'd you come out of this? Okay. I'll DM you guys. Doing a great job. Thank you so much. DM us, please.
Raz, well, you hurt yourself, Baba.
You
hurt yourself.
There's my message. I will give everything that I have to all to kids, James, people who needs it. That's awesome. Lance, to you all. Thank you so much, guys. We've had some awesome messages today. And they're all just saying a message to say goodbye. You know what I hate about this as well? The fact that when you go on to when you reload this, it doesn't have all the messages that were here. I think that's dry. Because these messages are beautiful from you lot. And sometimes I'd love to be able to read through them and see them to see what you were saying, because it's hard to do it while the program's going on. Speak for curry, guys. Too funny. Richard, the bird.
bird noise was coming from. Yeah, coming from Raz. Mark's got 2 birds on the go. Bevis, man, honestly, bro, you need to start a comedy show, bro. There's like 2 birds on the go. Thanks, Dad. Sorry, Lisa, baby, I love you, darling. Mr. Sunday, thank you. But when the Sandy shooting happened, I'm from Connecticut, Sandy. Oh, really?
Oh,
And
really?
the Hook shooting happened. Oh,
Oh, I didn't
wow.
even saw that message.
No.
Come on, guys.
We'll add that moments now. This week, certainly. Well, I told everyone to pray. Everyone's going to be praying for you, baby. Good night. Thanks, you both. Yes, Bevis, thank you. My point. Beef patty. Music is too funny. Your opponent is beef patty, you know. Everyone show us semi on. Seriously, and I am done with Bevis. Man said Mars got a semi on. No. So I was enjoying this. You see, it should be. Well, yeah, we're always like this, Pink. Always being affectionate. No forgiveness needed. Picture, peace, love, equality, wife, and touch, lovely skin like. Even as you can see, I'm going into trials, well, I see, finance, all love. Best of both. Easy this week. The mix, you got best of both worlds, no doubt. Welcome to that dating show. You never know, you know, Tone. So sweet. And to box you please do one hot marks. Let's see, brothers, right? So you're gonna have that, Miss B. Trust me. Just keep your standards high, and then the guy's gonna see your beauty. He's gonna see you. You know, when we lower it, we kind of lower it for quite a few guys to think that they can choose you. But they can't choose you when your standards are at a level where you expect honesty and commitment and love, and just understand that individual is actually ready for love, and he loves himself. Ask him a really important question. Ask him, why does he feel that he loves you? And if he gives you a reason, don't deal with him, because he needs to love you for no reason. Because if he gives you a reason, you're going to have to live up to that reason for the rest of your life. And if he loves you for your legs, or if he loves you for your looks, or if he loves you for your titties and your ass, and all of these things something could happen, anything could happen. And when that's not there, he'll find himself a new model. So you want to find someone that just loves you for no reason. So I always tell my wife that I just love you for absolutely no reason. I love you to bits. So whenever she come with her foolishness or she come with her goodness, I love her same way. All right, guys. I love everyone regardless of colors. I hope nobody takes offense to my truth. Yeah, that's your truth. It's natural. I like integration. It's natural. Of course it is. That's the creator's way. You know, it's like only seeing monkeys in the jungle, like they're dead. You know, let's have everyone. Gorillas. How many different types of us? You know, gorillas, and then how many different types of monkeys, and then how many different types of animals there are. So we need variety. You know, so even in the animal kingdom, they ain't trying to act the way that we treat each other. Free slaves, lots of white people to free slaves and their freedom. Yeah, they certainly did. Certainly did. Need that focus. Yeah. Yeah, probably. No, right. Right, that's right. Yeah, okay, why are we not there yet? Well, it's evident. It's not there yet because of all the things that we spoke about today. So we're not at that place because, that's Isha.
Yeah.
Isha, you know why we're not there yet. We're not there yet because we are not all focused on the same narrative.
and we're all still focused on things and being better than somebody else and looking down on them, you know. It's not a collective to do things more. I respect what you do. Right? To do things well. I'm gonna use that position music, trust me. Good you're doing, Mark. God can see that. To get back for you. Yeah, of course. I'm really not worried, you know. I just let things work. As long as I see progress in what I'm doing, then it's all good. Okay, all the other stuff I addressed, there's some wonderful messages. I'm out of here. Take care, guys.